Hello, 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 everyone. I let me know if I sound okay. Hi, Kay. Um, Little one, do I have your name saved? Need to get my name sheet out. Yes, Missy. Hi, Missy D. Um, Kay says hello from snowy Memphis. Missy D says hello from a very cold Kentucky. Hi, guys. Yeah, just doing another little random pop-up live. I was listening along to the year-long Asian event live stream, and that finished. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll do a little something, something. Um, we've got Jenna in the house. Hi, Jenna. Carrie says, "Hi, Anthony. How are you?" I'm doing well. How are you? And Missy D says, "Hi, Anthony." Yvette says, "Hello from San Antonio, Texas." Hi, everybody. Does the voice okay? You can hear me all right? Should probably turn on my phone. Okay, it does sound like it's working. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, Carrie says, can hear me. NCD can hear me. Okay, so the next thing I want to try, we're going to try to add a little something. Hey, Matt. Hi, Gail. Hi, everybody. Yeah, this is just completely random, but there's one last thing that I wanted to try to do. Hey, let me know if you can hear that, if it's too low, too high, let me know. Okay, that's working. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to, trying something new with StreamYard. You can put your own background music. And so I wanted to give it a shot. Lily says, "Thanks for pulling me away from watching the man climbing the skyscraper live." The man climbing skyscraper live, the skyscraper. What is that? Okay, cool. I'm glad that you like the music, and just let me know if it's too loud, too quiet. I can change it up. But cool. All right. Well, hi. I just wanted to do a little pop-up live. I was listening to the year-long Asian event kind of wrap-up video, and afterwards I was like, I'll hop on. I'm just hanging out. I was just gonna watch YouTube videos, but I figured I'd hop on and say hi. And I'm just testing out camera in preparation for the podcast. What's going on? And I am currently working on Climbing with No Ropes. Is it a movie? Oh, it's on Netflix. Okay. I thought you were saying that somebody like on live news was climbing some skyscraper and I needed to go look. I was like, what's happening? I'm sorry I pulled you away from from your movie. um yeah, so I'll show you guys what I'm working on really quick. Da-da. I am currently working on Guardian of the Realm. This is by Michael David Ward. This is from Dreamer Designs. Oh, here it is. 80 by 60 centimeter round drill canvas, 62 colors, one crystal, and 1, 2, 3, 4 ABs. So that's what I'm working with right now. I'm going to turn that down a little. Okay. No, it's live time real, Anthony. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Climbing with no ropes, Lily Gale. Matt says, "You put me onto it and then bailed on me. I'm the only wacko watching this wacko now. What a nice surprise to find you live as I get off work." Yeah, thanks for being here. It's live, Anthony. It's real time. Matt, I had to take a breath after he saw his wife in window. What is going on? Okay, you need to clarify. You said on Netflix? But is this happening right now? What's going on? Okay, I think you're watching a show. Uh oh. Okay. Avery says I've been so excited. Melissa, right? I've been so excited for your Dueling Dragons. Kay says there is some guy that will be free climbing the tallest tower, I think in Taiwan. I don't know if it's being televised. Oh, okay. It's on Netflix is airing it. Okay, it's a climber free soloing Taipei 101. That is crazy. Let me see. Free climb. 101, there it is. Oh, well, you gotta go. You gotta go watch that. Sorry, now I'm looking at it. Okay, I can't. I'm getting distracted. Kay says the music's a bit distracting. Let me turn it down a little better. I downloaded a bunch of lo-fi songs. This one isn't doing it for me. So we'll see what the next one is. This is a little too fast tempo. Wanted like chill coffee house relaxation vibes. And this is not it. Makes you feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Too fast. Yeah, it's too fast. It was a little too much. Let's see what the next one has to offer. I can pull that off of my list. Deleted. Okay, so yeah, I'm working on Guardian of the Realm. One crystal, four ABs, and yeah, I figured I'd just come on here and um listen to some music with you guys and hang out, respond to comments as they come in, but kind of just diamond paint. I didn't have like any specific topic or anything. I was like, let me just do a little stream where we just sit and gab. I'm working with this Dreamer Designs legend, and they're not in number or alphabetical order or anything, so it takes me forever to find the right symbol. Okay. Yeah, this project it's going well. It's going well. Just little things, but thing that's stopping me from moving forward on it, which is good. As far as accessories, I'm using Mooney Made tray and of my alien putty in my multi-placer, and then in my single placer I have my intergalactic putty from Grayson's Creations. My funnel, I don't remember where I got that. My pen is from DP Pen Pal, and then I have the Diamond Art Club single and multi-placer. Kay says I just finished Conwee Castle from Diamond Dots. It came out really well. Oh, nice. Matt says, how is the Dreamer's experience going with this one? I'm assuming you're far enough along to have experienced most it has to offer now. Yeah, I have. I mean, I've got obviously this section that you see here, and then another 1.5, and I'll be done with the first 80 centimeters going this way. So I'd say I'll be 80 by 12 centimeters done. So maybe like a fifth of the way, I'd say. Maybe a little bit more than that. And yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I think the main thing that I'm noticing is the drill colors don't always match exactly what's on the printed page. So like for instance, I'm placing this, which is more of like a peachy hue, if you can see that. more of a peachy hue, but it's going on these symbols that almost look kind of pink. So that has been tripping me up a little bit. And I think overall, I feel like the drills, I don't know. Every time I take a step back from this canvas, I'm like, oh, I think it looks good. I like it, especially when it's like on the wall. But then up close, I'm like, are these colors too saturated? Is this too orange? But I think it's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be fine. Um, B, hi B says, hi Anthony, how nice to have you for company while as I work my DP. Oh, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank everyone for being here. I always tend to sneak in with these pop-up lives, and like I doubt that we'll have very many people and then end up having a whole bunch of you popping on. So I appreciate it. But yeah, other than that, we're working with what I have to believe are acrylic rounds, and I think somebody did confirm that these are acrylic rounds from Dreamer Designs, which isn't a problem for me, but I like resin if I got to pick. But for what they are, I'm happy. I mean, there's some shops that I get acrylic rounds from their older kits, like Diamond Painting Shop, and I love those. So it's not bad, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I could see myself maybe getting another round from Dreamer Designs in the future, but for right now, once this is done, I'm kind of ready to take an extended break from shopping. I don't know. It's just if I could get resin rounds, then I would prefer to have them. I don't know. I don't know. There's a round kit and the artwork is like crazy awesome, then sure, I might give them another shot, but I don't have plans on being a frequenter of Dreamer Designs just based off of overall the experience I've had doing a square and a round. But that's just me. That's just me. I know a lot of people really like them, so is totally cool. Let's see. Angie says hi. Hi, Angie. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Yeah, we're just chilling. I figured I wanted to work on this canvas, and at first I was like, let me just put on some YouTube content, and I was like, you know what? I'll throw on some lo-fi vibes music, and we'll just chill. If you want to pop something in the chat, that's great. Otherwise, I might actually be a little bit quiet too, just working on this kit. But I thought it might be nice to keep each other company for a little while. But yeah, welcome in. Kay says, everyone talks about drill type, but I can't tell the difference between acrylic and resin. For me, I can tell usually by my acrylic drills, like these ones tend to be a little bit more kind of smooth on the top. I call them like button style drills. I think I have an Apollo at the door. Hello, baby. Hi, come on in. Go up. The bowl of me. Up, go on. Lay down, sweetheart. So yeah, they kind of are what I call the button style, whereas like my round drills from Diamond Art Club on Dragon Spirit are much more faceted and just have more kind of dimension to them, whereas these just kind of, they do have facets and they do sparkle nicely, but they're more smooth. Lily says, thank you for coming on. I was sitting having diamond painting, wishing someone was live. So aggravated. So I aggravated Matt instead. Yeah, I feel like Saturday evenings I'm not sure if there's anybody that does go live, because I know, oops, I was shifting all these down. Because T-Mod does Fridays. Ditsy does Sunday night. I know Crashly is Crashly Saturday? Am I going over on hers? Okay. No, she does Sunday night too. Okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. Um, Matt says I'm chilling. I'll be happier when he's done though. He's getting near the top. Gail says Mindy, but she's early. Okay. Crashly's Sunday. Ditsy's Tuesday. I've seen Ditsy do the. Isn't she doing like a late night kind of? Does she call it like night owl? Mm, Night owl live. That was her. I thought it was Sunday. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I do know that she's on Tuesday because I was listening to her Tuesday live. Follow. You just came in. Okay. Are you gonna do the in and out, in and out? I heard him sniffing at the door to come in. I let him in. He goes and sits up on the up on the bed for like 2 minutes, and then he's like, "Okay, bye." Like in or out, buddy. Um. the- Missy says, doesn't Crashly do an auction on Saturday nights? I don't know. I just went to her channel to see if there's anything scheduled. And I don't see anything scheduled for today. Sure. Not ever Saturday. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm not sure. There's so many of us that create content now and go live that it's impossible to like, you know, to catch any of that. Like there's a good chance you might be going over someone. There's just so many hours in the day, and a lot of us live in similar time zones or areas. So I, you know, I would never get mad if I scheduled a live and there was somebody else going live. And I would expect the same from others. Like there's just, it gets harder to try to make sure. And it's like, what if there's somebody I don't know? That goes live, and it's like yeah, I just tend to not worry about it. But I follow Crashly, so I was like, I'm pretty sure I didn't see anything on the schedule. Or on her schedule. That says, I'm not sure if they have a date for the next auction, usually a few weeks in between. Oh, okay, cool. Is good to know. Hung out on some of those auctions, but I've never anything like yet. Um, Fired Life says, hello everyone. Happy Saturday, Anthony. Have you gotten any snow that you've been praying for? We got like a dusting yesterday. Nothing nothing significant, unfortunately. I'm still waiting for it. Still waiting for it. I feel like some of these songs are mixed louder than others. I think that's good. I followed your lead and bought a large Mooney Made tray. I love it. It's a game changer. Oh, nice! Congrats. Did you did you get one of the new versions that has the kind of blocked off part for the extra drills to go over the side? Gail says it's been snowing here since 11 and it's not supposed to stop until tomorrow afternoon. Oh my gosh. I mean, for those that do not like that weather and have to deal with it, like you have to go to work and commute in it, stay safe, stay warm, shovel those sidewalks or have someone do it so you don't have any slip and fall situations. Just be safe. I get not liking it. We need something. I don't care if it's rain or snow we just need water here in Colorado. this summer is going to be really bad. So we'll see. We'll see. Um, Kay says, oh, Lily says, oh my, Gail. Yeah, that's a lot. Um, Inspired Life says, we could definitely use some snow where I am. Inspired Life, I don't have your name saved and I'm forgetting it. Can you let me know and I'll add it to my list? Could definitely use some snow where I am, but it seems to just blew right on by. Hope everyone that is affected is safe. Yes, absolutely. Kay says, I wish I could send all the snow your way. We didn't need it and I don't like it. I'm a southern girl. I like summertime. Yeah, if you don't need it, please send it my way. I hope we get hammered at some point, but we're not getting anything up here. Too bad. Like all the cold and the ice and the snow hit the south, and then like Colorado and Montana, all the places that are supposed to have it aren't getting any on. B says, no, I got an oopsie tray, but I didn't see any imperfections. Okay, cool. And Inspired Life, Liz. Okay. Liz says, Gail, I will take some for you. Stay cozy with your DP and hot drinks. Says, I'm Liz. I need my. I need my pen. Oh, this one's feeling a little spicy with the tempo. Let me know what you guys think. I can skip it. I already don't like it. Never mind. Just kidding. Gail says, Liz, thank you. I plan on it. We are not budging. Melissa says, I love snow. And Angie says, does anyone have tips for these oil slick canvases? I'm working on a Minikin Chris from Diamond Art Club. It's been a nightmare. Oh no, if I take a break, I know I will not complete the canvas. Carrie says it's supposed to be summer here, but we have flooding and rain from a tropical storm that has come down from the North Island in New Zealand and then the South Island. Oh, that is crazy. Yeah, everything's just like upside down and backwards, I feel like, as far as weather goes. Tips for a slick canvas. So slick as in when you go to place a drill, they're kind of sliding around like it's slippery glue. I mean, I don't want to tell you do something drastic to your canvas because I'm not in front of it. But when I've dealt with slippery glue in the past, or what I like to call thin glue, or maybe the drills aren't even sticking to the canvas, they're like kind of falling off or popping off. I kind of put those in kind of the same bucket. Like usually if a canvas is kind of slippery, to me that means that not enough glue is applied. Okay, here we go. Oh, hey Ryan, how's it going? Matt says leaving uncovered for a day or so supposedly helps. Yeah, you could definitely try that. Liz says, I think I prefer snow to rain downpours or flooding. So scary. Yeah, it is. And she says, yes, the drills are just sliding and popping. Lily says, sadly, that doesn't work for me. I started adding adhesive for diamond painting. And Liz says, Angie, that is so frustrating. Yeah, maybe try leaving it out to see if that helps. But if not, what I've done in the past is used dot stick, the liquid diamond painting, like poured glue that diamond dots holds. I did that on not my last finish, but the one before that, and it really, really helped. I was like shocked at how much of a different experience it was. So that's something you could try. I mean, that's kind of a big thing to do your canvas, but I mean, that's what worked for me. Have you ever seen that? Mm, Angie, have you ever seen that dot stick? Lily says, "Oh, yeah, we got that one." And Liz said, "That's so frustrating." Yeah. Let me know if you haven't seen that. I'll pull it out of the drawer and show you. Well, if I can. I don't know exactly which drawer it's in. It might be. No, I have it right here. I'll just show you. So this is stick from Diamond Dots. So it's an all-purpose dotting adhesive, ideal for large areas and free-form designs, water-based, non-toxic, and it is literally a liquid, a white liquid. So you pop this little cap off and dispense a little bit onto the canvas, and then you can either use a paintbrush or a sponge brush and just apply it pretty thin coat to wherever you need it. So in your case, I'd probably do the rest of my canvas. And then you let it cure. I let it cure overnight, and you come back and it's like poured glue. It's super sticky. It works really well. That's what I do. I've never put cover plastic back over a canvas if or over something that I've done that on, which has only been one time. What do I know? But I put release paper over everything. I was just scared that the cover plastic might not play nice with the new glue I put down. But I think that bottle was like $7 or $8, and I got it Michael's or somewhere. And I've used it on one canvas, and then I used it to diamond paint a rubber ducky over here. Yeah, I just painted this entire thing with that dot stick stuff. And then once it cured, when I was diamond painting it, I would hold it with a piece of release paper like this so I didn't get sticky on my hand, and I would just diamond paint the whole thing. But I've had this since the first year I diamond painted, so like 3.5 years I've had this thing. 3 years, and all the drills are still on it. Yeah, and then I just sealed it when I was done. See. B says, "I love this music." Yay. And Missy says, "The person I learned DP from sprays her canvas with rubbing alcohol and it makes it super sticky. It's what I do and it works for me too." Oh, interesting. I've never heard of that before. Hi, Kayleen. Says, "Hi, Anthony." People are saying hello. Hi, Ryan. Duck bling. Yes. Duck bling. Cool. All right, so let's get this. We're done. We're almost done with this section, so I'll be able to switch over to Dragon Spirit by Margaret Morales, because I'm doing one section of one section of the other, back and forth, back and forth. I think Dragon Spirit, it looks like it's further ahead, but it's just because that is a portrait and this is a landscape. So I'm already working up the side of Dragon Spirit, whereas I'm still 1.5 sections away from finishing one side on this one. But I have been going back and forth, so I think it's just because they're different, layouts. And the sections on the Diamond Art Club are smaller. So it looks like I have more done, but really I don't. They're about the same. Everyone's saying hi to each other. Melissa says, "Yay, Dragon Spirit." Yes, I love that kit. It's so much fun to work on. It looks so good. I'll show you guys here in just a second. I mean, this doesn't look bad either. I think I'm definitely preferring working on Dragon Spirit. Okay, get those last few little R's. Symbol R, which is oh, 24, 8, 19. Oh, and we'll see what happens here. My camera's giving me a temperature warning that it's about to overheat, so we'll see what happens. If I still have the mic. I lose the camera, we'll have to figure something out. So that's something to notate for this camera is it overheats. This is a really old camera. I've had it for within 8 years now, and I'm now putting it back into use, and it's fighting me. Poor thing. I know, seriously, Kayleen, take it outside. I'm not kidding. I just cracked the window a little bit. I'm like, I'll cool it off. It'll cool me off too. I'll have to put another sweater on. But yeah, we'll see. If we lose it, you'll still have the audio. I don't know what'll happen. I don't know. Fingers crossed I can bring you back. So it made it, what, half an hour? That's good to know. Okay, that was Guardian of the Realm. One section down. So we're gonna clean this up. Oh, am I missing one? I'm missing a drill. I'm looking in the viewfinder, I'm missing a drill. Didn't you guys tell me? Alien says my internet keeps turning off and on. Ooh, that's not good. Okie dokie. Let's get our one little piece of trap. Very minimal trash in this canvas so far, which is good. This is all I've had. Okay. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye. We're switching. Oh, I think we just lost our camera. Yeah, we sure did. Oh my goodness. Can you guys hear me still? So. Still there, guys? I hope I didn't completely end the stream. Okay, yes, we can hear you. Okay, thank goodness, thank goodness. All right, let's figure out the camera. Okay, yep, you're being heard. Okay, thanks. Well, I'm gonna figure out the camera and we're gonna switch canvases. So let me clear Guardian of the Realm. Check the connected device, it says. It said battery exhausted and it not overheating, so let me turn it off and see if we can switch over to my phone or something. All right. Figure this out. Okay. I'm just unplugging the camera. We're gonna switch over to the phone. It's good to know that, and also it said battery exhausted even though it was plugged in and charging, so it's almost like it uses more battery than I can give it. I think moral of the story is this camera might be a little too long in the tooth for what I need it for these days, which is sad because it's a good little camera, but it's not doing what I need it to do. Okay, almost there. Had issues with my phone last time too, where it kept disconnecting, so we might just be in a rough spot right now. Might just be in a rough spot. Maybe I'll call it. If this doesn't work, then maybe I'll just might have to stay good night. Okay. Now we need board. Thank you guys for being patient with me and my horrible tech streaming savvy. I do better with pre-recorded videos if you haven't noticed. Okay, can you see that? Yup, audio good, you're being heard. Liz says, I haven't heard that phrase before, too long in the tooth. No, you've never heard of that? Kay says, oh, the joys of technology. Gail says, yes. Liz says, you're back. Yvette says, yes. And Missy says, yes, you're back. Okay, cool. We'll see how long that lasts. I just plugged you into my phone. So, okay, so we're gonna get rid of the Guardian of the Realm and we're gonna move over to Dragon Spirit. So I just need to everything. You've never heard long in the tooth? Yeah, it just means like this is getting old. This is, you know, a little worse for wear. It's time to potentially upgrade or, you know, send it out to pasture. Maybe that's an older phrase. I don't know. Getting a little long in the tooth. Okay, we're saying goodbye to this. Hello to our next one. Liz says, I have heard taking things to pasture. I'm not going to have I'm going to have to try the tooth phrase out. Kay says, long in the tooth refers to horses. Their teeth get longer as they get older. Ah, I didn't know that. Okay, so I'll show you real quick. With Dragon Spirit, I've added some bubbles, some metallics. These crystals came with the canvas down here. I added some sparklers here in the red, and then there's also a fairy dust in this red. And then there's a whole bunch of this really nice kind of pewter metallic. coming down on either side here. And then coming over, I have these little crystal gems in some of the scales that I've been using as well. I'm liking it. So now I'm over here, you can see I did a whole bunch of checkerboarding with some of those crystals there. Next little thing here. The iPhone camera, when it goes into webcam mode, I don't get to zoom in unless I bring the phone closer down to the table, which we've already been messing enough with this stuff. So I hope you're okay with this view. Gail says beautiful. Liz says the sparklers and fairy dust complement each other very well. It looks very pretty. And Missy says, bubbles, what kind of drills are those? I will show you. Missy says drill. Oh yes, drills, sorry. And then I added metallics to mine too. Nice, love it. Yeah. I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan. Let's get our drills. Need those. Gonna need our legend. Ooh, you know what else I need? Come up to the edge of my washi tape, so I need to washi. We have some work to do before we actually put a drill down. Hold on. Perfect. Okay. Now, StreamYard also has, they just call it lo-fi, like their own. It's not music I picked, it's their own. Let's see what this is like. Okay. In here. And get moving and grooving. Oh, the other thing I bought, is I have one pair of Diamond Art Club tweezers, and I think my other pair is from Francesca Studio Works, and those are all the only tweezers that I've saved. And I use my tweezers for everything. I use them to pry out the putty from my placers. I use them to grab Merry Magic anti-static sheets. Sometimes I use them to straighten. I was like, I kept noticing that I was starting to bend some of my tweezers by like jamming them in my placers and stuff. I was like, let me get online and find some fancy tweezers. So I ended up snagging these tweezers, and they're supposed to be like thicker stainless steel. I wanted some titanium ones, but they were a little too pricey, so I got these instead. They're $6. The other thing I don't like that the camera does is autofocus, and I can't turn that off when I'm streaming. So hopefully the pen won't get to in and out of focus. Okay, bubbles. What to show you? I'll show you all the enhancements that I put in here. Get my tray. Gail says, Anthony, I'm working on Cardinal Family from DAC, and I have lots of big color blocking in the sky. I want to add some bubbles. Should I cluster them or sprinkle? It's up to you. Let me get my pen. Okay. You said big color blocking in the sky. I want to add some bubbles. So is it clouds in the sky or is it just streaks of color in the sky? Um, if this work stuff, I can't show you that. Okay, I'm a horrible artist, but hopefully you'll see what I mean. Okay, so if that's our cloud, oh, it's just blue sky. Well, I'll talk about this anyway. If this is the cloud, and let's say we've got light, there's the sun. We've got light hitting our cloud coming this way. Then if I was to do enhancements like bubbles or something, I would put them here in this area, and maybe here, maybe a little bit here, and then maybe you could do a little streak of them here if this was all color blocking. So it's where the sun's hitting it. If it's all blue sky, that's tough. Um, how many different colors? Is it all one? It's all just one color? Um, Liz, Liz says, little one bubble drills are fun. I use them in the ES for DAC's Starry Night by Molly Harrison. Oh, nice. Interesting. Yeah, let me know how many colors are in that sky. It's hard to say. I don't want to tell you to do something and then it doesn't look good. If I had to, I would probably do chunks of it, I guess, but you just don't want to risk crowding. Okay. Big blocks of 3 different colors. Maybe at the like just do one kind of like let's see. Okay. So if your sky is like 3 different colors, this you have 1, 2, 3. Be that helpful. That's the top of your canvas. That's the bottom of the sky. Maybe depending on the shades, whatever they match best with your bubbles, put them like here at the top, but kind of do it so it kind of confettis out and kind of blends. You know what I'm talking about? They kind of blend out if you have enough of them. If you don't want to do that, I don't know if sporadic's the way to go either. I would maybe do in the top corners almost to kind of create a vignette. So in these 2 top corners, maybe blend some of the bubbles that almost kind of frame it, I guess. So this would be solid bubbles. I don't know how many, and then you could kind of confetti them out, blend coming down that way. So you're kind of creating a cool frame. I'm not sure. I don't know if any of that made any sense. Okay, let's get to these. Let's do a show and tell of the different enhancement drills because Missy's been waiting patiently. Okay, so you said bubbles, so I want to show those to you. Where did I put them? They're literally in front of me. I just not seeing. Oh, there they are. So a bubble is, these are from, Gail says, okay, I'll try that. Yeah, that's all I could think of just offhand. All right, so these are from DP with Sparklers is the name of the shop, and these are glass drills. And it might be hard to see in camera, but they are completely smooth on top. There's no faceting whatsoever. It literally looks like a bead of water or a bubble. And so this color is called Mirage, which you can see is almost kind of a brown. But when you put that bubble, that little dot of glass on top, it gives it kind of an interesting bluish effect as well as seeing some of that tan come through. But they're a really cool drill. They don't have glisten in the same way that a normal drill would as far as faceting, but they have this really cool kind of fisheye kind of bowl. And so I have some of those in here. I really like them. You do have to kind of be careful with them because they give off so much blue and cool tones. But then, like this one, Mirage is more of a, it is a cool brown. It's got more of a blue, but you'd almost think of that tan being probably found on more warmer canvases. But then when you get that blue, um, yeah, it can throw it off if you have like a really warm tone canvas and you start putting bubbles down, it can kind of throw it off. But it works here because we've got a lot of these icy blues and cool tones. Yeah. This says, ooh, and Missy says, or Liz gives heart emojis. Missy says, ooh, I'll show you a couple other ones that are kind of cool. These are called sparklers. So these are also glass drills, but they have a facet to them. These are, they call it like their mocha. So they're kind of these mocha series, and these are in mocha cranberry. All the mocha colors have this kind of softness to them. They're not, I don't know, the colors in the mochas like are always a little bit more muted, I guess, but you still get that sparkler look. So those are sparklers. I have those in here. Oh, I have another one. Another mocha. One's called Mocha Mistletoe, and from this kit. These are Mocha Mistletoe. So you see they kind of have this kind of frosty look to them as well. They're just a little bit different, but they work well with this color palette. Have anything else in here that's different? Oh, there's another mocha. Oh, I have a lot. I have a lot of these mocha hues. This one's called Sakura. I'll just show you in the container. That one's called Sakura. This one's called Mocha Slate. Slate drill. I was gonna see if I have any pearls for squares in this kit, but I don't. Or pearls, I should say. They make them for squares too, but essentially those look kind of like the bubbles, but they're, I think, resin or acrylic, and it looks like more like an AB, just rounded on top. But I don't have any of those in here. This really, I love this. It's a metallic, but they're glass drills, so they look like more metal than a metallic. They look like metal drills. They are so. They should do a metal drills. That'd be pretty cool to do like a Christopher Lavelle and all metal drills. How sweet would that be? I'm sure that canvas would weigh a ton. And then these, I'm using the checkerboard with the scales. These are called Lightning. They're almost a clear, but they have just a little touch of blue in them. Just a touch of blue or green. They're almost just a regular clear drill or crystal. These are glass as well. And the glass drills certainly make the canvas heavy too. All right, let's actually put some of these down, huh? Liz says, God, I want those mocha cranberry. No idea what I'll use them for, but I want them. And Missy says, me too. Metal drills. What are they called again? These aren't metal. These just look like they're glass drills, but just with the coating, they look like metal and they're really heavy. These are called sparklers for squares, and this is the color pewter. 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 I love them. But there's a bunch of other stuff in here. I have some sparklers that are in fire, one that's in a color torch, one that's in the color daffodil, red. I do have some actual metallic. I have one called topaz. There's one, two, three, four, 6, 7, 8, 13, 14 enhancements that I added to this one. Okay, let's get to it. And it looks like we're actually going to, well, I'll skip that. So the only color that I checkerboard is P, symbol P, and that is DMC 3811. So if a section has that color in it, I do that last because it's really hard to think about checkerboarding when all the other symbols are confusing my eyes. So I do everything and then that one's last. Okay. So that means we're going to be starting with L, which is 3809. Gail says, I've never used sparklers yet, but there are some in my moon goddess. I can't wait to use them. Nice. He says, thank you. Gail says, enhancement kit. Liz says, Gail, they are stunning. I have used them a few times in the past, still not enough to chart on my own. Enhancement sets are the way to go. And Angie says, good night. Everyone stay warm and safe. Good night. Have a good night. We'll see you soon. And Carol says, I finished Dragon Spirit last year. It's one of my favorite kits. I did not enhance it. I loved it. Wait, I loved it so much, maybe? I would do it again with enhancements. Oh, nice. Okay. I think maybe, yeah. I think if you didn't say it in one of my videos, somebody did. They're like, I would do it again just for the experience. I loved it so much. It's been a blast. It's been one of my favorite kits to work on for sure. And diagonal line blocking and vertical line blocking action here. A little too quick. This one's called Night Driving. Melissa says that was me. He said I would do it again. So there's a bunch of us that maybe I'll finish this and then we'll all go buy another one and we'll do an event called Take Two. um, V says I just found a channel called Sea of Diamonds and she recharts some of her diamond paintings. Gorgeous work. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Liz says, I like that question. What kit do you do? Do y'all wish you could experience for the first time again? That is a really good question. You'll have to, everyone in the chat, if you're lurking, jump out and say you had to, if you got to redo one kit, do it all over again and experience it for the first time, what would it be? I think for me it would be my, and this is maybe, I don't know, maybe this is the safe answer. It's the most vanilla answer, but doing my first dive in art club and my first one was Ivy Dolomore. It was Midnight Laundromat. I think that kid is what got me, I was like, well, this is something I'll be doing for a long time. Not only from a quality standpoint, but I just love the artwork. I thought it was so funky and different from what I was seeing elsewhere. You know, back in 2022, there weren't too many shops out there in general, but everyone was still writing the Hannah Lynn, Jasmine Beckett, Griffith. Not that, and these artists are great. I'm just saying, like, back then, that was like way more what you would see in every shop, was Hannah Lynn, Josephine Wall, Jasmine Beckett, Griffith. Those were kind of like, it was just a big portion of the type of artwork you could find, and seeing that Ivy Dollamore and the girl sitting in the laundromat, like kind of a city scene, and she's got fangs and there's blood all over her clothes, like washing the blood off her clothes from whatever she's been out doing. It was just very different, and it just sucked me in and got me interested in um in diamond painting and in artwork in general. I'd say that was the one, and I wish I could go back and do that because I remember working on it and just smile ear to ear the whole time as I was working on it. Would be mine, Midnight Laundromat from Ivy Dollamore. Do I? Liz says that's not a vanilla answer. That is where it all started. Makes sense as she has been one of your favorites. I adore doing Warm Witch. I love Warm Witch. That one's another one that I had a blast doing. All my Ivies have been great. Carol says my first DAC kit too. I would do it again. Dreaming of Being Human by Dakota Detweiler. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, that definitely changed the game for me. Is trying out my first time in art club. Like, oh, this is gonna become a problem for me. Mandy kits are so fun. I agree. Mandy kits are awesome. What's the one that I did? It was a Mandy Manzano, but it was Adventure Time themed. I forget what that was called, but that one was a lot of fun. Liz says Dakota's work is incredible, but far too intimidating for me. I would be working on it for 5 years. Yeah, there's a lot going on, lots of detail. Okay, get this next color down. I like it. Little piece of take that. I like this little night driving. See what the next play. No. This one's called Daydreaming. And then we'll switch back to. Okay, not my own, but you know what I mean. This is all stock of StreamYard. I guess it's okay. Let me know if this is too fast. I know a couple people have mentioned their whips. if you haven't yet and you're in chat, let me know what you're currently working on and if it's for an event or it's just for you. Dragon Spirit is just for my own little dueling dragons that I gave myself. For any particular event, I'm sure there's something out there I could have registered for, but there's just for me. Just for me. Lisa says Gobbler Farm? Where's that from? I want to look it up, but my phone's the camera. Guess I could type it in the computer. Looking good. Morning in forest. That's J-Pat. J-Pat, what's your name again? I should know this. I will write it down this time. Hi, if you were in lurkin mode. Morning in a pine forest, old masters from J Jump Shop. Nice. Visa's working on my second diamond painting DAC's majestic ship. Ooh, I love that one. Liz says I'm currently struggling through Galaxy by Cherry Yuki and Jada Jump Shop. The product is amazing, but I just don't love the palette. There's not the detail I would like. Oh man. Lisa says giving it as a housewarming present to someone who lost her home to a fire. Oh wow. I need to look that up. Missy says, not over all my drills, do that. Missy says, I'm working on an Amazon canvas with an extremely colorful octopus on it. It's for my new job I got with an office. Oh, congratulations. Good for you. You'll have a little something to hang up. And we're skipping all of that because that is all going to be checkerboarded. Because our next color is X. That is. That says maybe Dakota, what lies beneath would maybe be my repeat canvas. Yeah, one's cool. Carol says that's a good one, Matt. Liz says, yay, Missy, that will be so fun to hang up. Congrats on the new gig. And Liz says, yay, Missy. Missy says, thank you. Liz says, another great canvas, Matt. Yeah, for sure. Yay. And Lisa says they love turkey hunting, and when COVID hit, they opened their home to us for Thanksgiving. Oh, nice. Teresa, hello, hi. Yeah, J-Pat, I don't know why I can't remember your name, and it's something I should know. I need to write it down. If I'm gonna start doing lives, I have to actually know these things. Well, I do lives, but do them more consistently. I need to know these things. And when I'm reading comments on my channel, like responding to comments, sometimes I can, if someone comments a lot and I've asked them for their name, then I can commit it to memory because I'm always responding to comments. But I've always been bad about it. It's been bad. It takes me quite some time to memory, so that's why I have my new little cheat sheet. I can keep referencing it. Love the little. People are saying hi to Teresa, saying hello, and yeah, that's so awesome that you're doing that as a gift. That's very, very sweet. But is it from Diamond Art Club? Teresa says, love the music in the background. Matt says, DP with Sparklers even redid their enhancement set with more modern options, and me being more comfortable enhancing myself. I'd like to see the difference. Oh, nice. I'll have to go. I'll have to go take a look. I told myself I'm on a no enhancement buy, on an enhancement ban this year, and just trying to use what I have. Like everything that I'm using for this is just stuff that's sitting in my drawer. Hi, Doretta. Doretta says hi. People are saying hello. Kay says I'm working on London Parliament in winter from Diamond Boats. Oh yes, that's right. That's right. London Parliament in winter. I was gonna text Mia and tell her I'm doing a pop-up, but I was like, she should be asleep, so I'm not even going to tempt her to stay up extra late. I didn't say anything. I might get in trouble tomorrow. Didn't you tell me you were going live? Like, you were supposed to be asleep. It is, what is it? It is 4:12 in the morning there, so yeah. Sorry. Inspired life is Liz. That's Liz. And Missy says, does Diamond Painting with Sparklers get permission to do enhancements on DAC Canvas? Do they do any other companies? They do other companies as well, and I don't think they need permission. At least maybe they do when they've gotten it, but I don't think you would need it because they're not selling, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they would, I don't know. I don't think so. It's similar to like if I finished a canvas and I had done enhancements and then I'm like, hey, I'm gonna put a Google Doc up with the picture of my finish and the enhancements I use. Like I don't reach out to Diamond Art Club to make sure that's okay. But then again, I'm not selling something, but they're not, I don't know. That's actually a really good question. Lily says you will get in trouble. Yeah, I know. I should have at least said, I know you're going to sleep, but I'm going live. I just did it. That's okay. They get yelled at on her live stream tomorrow. And guess who went live last night? You were sleeping. Teresa says, I agree, Mia will not be happy. I know. I'm gonna just say you were asleep, or at least you should have been. 4 in the morning on my live. I don't think so. Matt says we need some time with her, a way to talk about her other than when she goes to the bathroom, of course. It says you're too funny, Matt. And Doretta says she'll forgive you. Yeah, she will. It'll be fine. Yeah, I love doing that when she's like, okay, to visit the office, or I don't know what she says, to go to the bathroom. Hey, everyone. She's out of the room. How are we all feeling? You can be honest now. It's funny. It automatically plays these ones on a loop, so I don't even know how long these ones are. They're fun. There's one called Feeding the Ducks. I think everyone liked them. icy, light, cool tones, and there's so many in this kit. Okay, I think that color's done. So we can move on to our next one. How are you guys feeling out there? um, yeah, are we cool? Are we cool? Everyone's good. I am. I'm having a good time. I love feeling like we're keeping each other company. Oh, hey, Vaughn. Hello, darling. I feel like we're keeping each other company, and I'm totally cool just sitting, just working and vibing on my canvas and just responding to comments as they come in or interjecting, as we go along. But you guys are cool, just chilling and vibing and just working on our canvases, and we'll chat when we need to. I like it. I like a little lurkers corner. This is fun. I'm totally cool just zoning out. Vaughn says, sounds like lo-fi music. You'd be correct. I'm practicing. So I uploaded all of these songs into StreamYard, so I can hear them and you can hear them, but I'm not playing them in my room. I just hear them in my headphones and you can hear it, but it just plays through StreamYard. So I'm practicing for the lo-fi along. Welcome in, Vaughn. I'm waving to you from across town. This one's a little upbeat, but I don't mind it. I got. It says Russia has our snow. No, where is it? We need our snow. Lily says, why was I thinking of a cigar? Went to a cigar club once, reminds me of the laid back atmosphere. Oh, nice. Teresa says, I don't feel like I have to talk, love listening to the vibe and know you're all there. Kay says, does anyone else occasionally hear a buzzing noise? So I'm not sure, maybe there is some kind of buzzing noise, but if you hear a crackle, like you would if you're listening to like a vinyl or something, like a noise crackle, that is intentional with a lot of lo-fi music. It's supposed to be low fidelity, so hearing some of the crackle and maybe just not clean, perfect, like high fidelity music is kind of the vibe. So I don't know if that's what you were hearing, if it's some sort of like electronic buzz. I'm not sure what that is because I'm not hearing anything. Matt says, yeah, I'm actually getting more done than most lives when I'm paying more attention to chat. And Matt says 80 feet in Russia. Is that for real? One says like an old record player. I don't have my phone to look it up. I'm gonna be looking up a bunch of stuff here. I've got to look up. I pay 101 free climber. I've got to look up snow in Russia and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I feel like I get more done like this too, and it's just kind of nice. Like, oh, I don't know, my pals here, we're all just sitting in a room crafting together, listening to music. I should start doing requests when we do nights like this or lives like this where we're all just kind of sitting and listening. Like, I'll take a request and download some music. Send it my way. I can't do specific artists or anything because it's off of StreamYard, so it's not like there's popular artists like top 40, obviously. But if there's like a sale, you can certainly take turns picking the music. You'll just have to give me a minute while I download some stuff. Okay, that one's done. That was a pretty fast one. Matt says, no idea where that came from, but I did hear people joking about Russia forecasting 80 feet of snow. No idea. What? Lily says, sexy sounds on Saturdays with single placing. Okay, that's that. I'll see you guys later. Yeah, sure. You know what? Sure. This one. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 songs because we deleted 2 that were no-goes. So we're just kind of shuffling through them. They have those channels on YouTube that are like lo-fi girl and stuff, but I've heard that even though they say it is royalty free, whatever, that people sometimes still get copyright strikes when they use that as background music. So I'm trying to stick with what I know I'm allowed to use. And I was like, 11 songs should be good because that'll give us maybe like 40 minutes. I might need to have like a full 2-hour playlist, depending on how long we go. It's a little loud. Liz says, OMG. Matt says, that not wrong. Fine, if we can call it that. I'm just gonna tone that down just. All right, I guess we're doing sexy sounds on Saturdays with single and placing. Come on down. If we start taking requests tonight, it's gonna be country, typical, old school, no night. We'll just do it all. Missy says, sounds fun. I'll join you every Saturday. Carol says, I'm in. Um, Missy says, I love listening to the Lo-Fi Sleep Token channel here on YouTube. Oh, interesting. I don't know if I've seen that one. Um, Listen to it. You may like it too. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. My cloud drawings. I'm gonna have to save that. Like, what I was doing here was explaining to someone how I would enhance the sky. Okay, am I writing down again? Lo-fi sleep tofu. Okay. Like that? Okay. Anthony, what parks am I going to this spring? It's all but set in stone. I still need to buy my tickets and everything, but I'm pretty sure Texas is going to be my first stop this year. It depends on timing. It'll either be Texas or Ohio. So Six Flags Over Texas is opening a new roller coaster that's like the tallest vertical dive coaster ever, 300 something feet. Lily says, Anthony, Artemis said she listens to you go to sleep. She will love this. Yeah, she'll probably freak out. She finally gets around to this. So yeah, the vertical drop coaster in Six Flags Over Texas, that is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. That's opening for their summer or their 2026 season. I just don't know what day that is, but I'd like to be there for opening day if I can. And then from there, I would be driving to San Antonio. That would be for Six Flags Over Texas and SeaWorld. SeaWorld's opening a new roller coaster season. In between those two places is a racetrack opening a theme park. It's called Coda Land. And that they have one roller coaster that they opened late last year called Pendulum. Or no, Pendrome, or I forget what it's called. Opened late last year. It's the only ride in the park that's open so far. The rest of the park has been delayed a really long time. So I'd love for the entire park to be open when I get there. But if not, I'll just be riding the one roller coaster that they have open. They're just charging individual tickets to ride it. They have that. And then after San Antonio, we'll be going back east to Houston, because Leanne's there and I'd like to meet her. She's available. But there's also a little seaside park in Galveston that's a roller coaster that I'd like to get on. So Galveston, Houston area, and then all the way back up to there's another small little bit of the road, a little theme park, I guess you'd call it, like a roadside that has a couple of really old school roller coasters that I haven't heard anyone talk about making it all the way out. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere between Houston and Dallas. I'd like to check it out. Yeah, that's my Texas journey. Now, the thing that might throw that off is I really wanted to do Cedar Point this year, because they have Thrill 2, which I did not get to ride in 2024, a new one called Siren's Curse that opened this year. So I'd like to get there to ride those. So I usually go to Cedar Point or I've only been there one time, but if I'm gonna go, I'd like to go for their Coaster Mania event. You get early access. I talked about it in summer of 2024 when I went. You get early access, all that stuff. But if I'm gonna go, I'd like to go for that event. If that is with the Texas trip, I've got to decide which one I want to do. Make a decision. Missy says Cedar Point. I grew up near that park. Oh, nice. It still ranks as probably my favorite park. I don't know. For roller coasters, it's still my favorite park that I've ever been to. But I really like Dollywood. Dollywood is my favorite park in terms of theming and atmosphere. Dollywood's probably my number one. Kings Island was also so much fun. I really liked that park. But Cedar Point is a special place in my heart because I had been dreaming my entire childhood and adult life of going to Cedar Point someday. So when I got to go in 2024, I don't know. I was very emotional about that trip. I was like, I can't believe I'm finally here. Missy says it's fun. They always had the craziest roller coasters. Yeah, they still do. That's still their thing. 2N, that's 55. We'll do. I haven't even been looking at the clock, you guys. Hour and a half. Let's do a couple more colors and then I'll let you go. I could literally just sit here and do this until it's time for bed. Maybe this will be my niche where I can do some long streams too, but we're just vibing, listening to some music, chilling, chit-chatting occasionally, but I don't know. I feel like not worrying about filling the air and just having the music is very nice. It's just kind of nice knowing that we're all working on stuff together or hanging out. But yeah, Texas, Cedar Point would be nice. And then I'd like to do Frontier City, which was in Kansas City. I'd like to do Six Flags St. Louis, and then I'd like to do Silver Dollar City in Branson. That's an upside down triangle, but that's a three park loop that I'd like to do this year as well. Vaughn says, I lived 2 blocks away from Elitch during the married years. They used to hand out neighborhood night tickets to thank us for putting up with the traffic noise, etc. Oh, that is so cool. And Kay says, it's been fun. It's getting close to my bedtime. Good night, everyone. Good night. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And yeah, maybe I'll start making this a more scheduled thing as opposed to a pop. Maybe get more people excited about the chill, but I also like the spontaneity. But regardless, Kate, sleep well. We'll talk soon. Keshma, I think I got that right. Let me know your name if you want me to know, and I'll write it down. Hi, Anthony. I'm from St. Louis. Love Silver Dollar City. Oh, nice. I've never been there before, but I really, really want to go. They have a roller coaster there that I believe is called Time Traveler that I need to get on. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Lily says good night. Well, are you saying good night or are you saying good night to Hey? If you're leaving, good night too. Um, okay, let me write it down. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. Put it down, Kathy. You're on the list. Yeah, I'm very stoked for Silver Dollar City. So Silver Dollar City is owned by the Hershey Corporation, um, who also owns Dollywood. They also just recently purchased another another park up north, I think in Idaho. They purchased that last year. Oh, you're saying goodnight to Kate. Okay. Yeah, Hershend. Oh, they also own Kentucky Kingdom, which I got to go to last year. Hershend is a fantastic park operator. They care so much about their employees and the theming and making sure everything's cohesive. Their food's awesome. It's run really well. So I can't wait to see Hershend grow more because they do some really awesome stuff with them. Oh, they just took over Kennywood. That's right. It was Kennywood, and then there's another one in Idaho. Let me look it up. The first thing that comes up is Persian jobs. You can tell how much I want to be in this industry because I'm like literally searching for jobs within the industry. Um, Their current properties, Silverwood is the name of the park, and it's in not Idaho. Oh, that is Idaho. Yeah, it's in like super northern Idaho, like almost to the Canadian border. Hollywood, Kentucky Kingdom, Silver Dollar City, Wild Adventures, Silverwood in Idaho, Adventureland in Altoona, Iowa, Dutch Wonderland in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. That is on my list. Idlewild in Stoke Zone. That is on my list to visit as well. I think that's the one that's close to Kennywood is Idlewild. And that's on my list. Kennywood on my list. If I go to Cedar Point, I will go to Kennywood. So that's probably going to happen spring. Lake Compounce and Storyland in New Hampshire. They've got quite a few properties. Wow. They have a whole bunch of lodging too. I need to remember this. That's their own little thing. Kennywood has been losing some of its charm for a while, and I don't think it was just me. Oh, interesting. I wonder if they'll be working on that. Will you be going to Six Flags when in St. Louis? I don't know exactly when that trip will be. I would assume in June or July. June or July. Oh yeah, I'll keep everyone posted for sure. And if you want to keep track of where I'm gonna be and you want to meet up, or if you're just interested in coaster content, I have a second channel where I talk all about my trips to different theme parks and stuff. And I just started it last year. It's a lot of fun. Let me put the link in if you're interested. It's just vlogs where I go to parks and talk about them. Some people are into it. Some people are like, I'm just here for the diamond painting, Anthony. But if you so choose to support me, even to give a subscribe would be nice. There it is, Coaster Pursuit, my other channel. Matt says, okay, we talked about. Says yes, Idlewild really isn't a coaster enthusiast park though. It's a child forward park. It is. It is. However, there is a coaster I want to go on. ADV. I just have to look up. Sorry, this Let's switch this. Um, did I just put? Yes, they have a Wild Mouse roller coaster called Wild Mouse, and it is a Vekoma Wild Mouse, which are very rare. So you don't see those very often. And the lift hill is at an angle, from what I hear. You go up the lift hill and you're kind of cockeyed, and that's also very normal for a roller coaster. Um, so I gotta get on it. I gotta get on it. It's from 1993. I gotta get on that thing. I know it's a little kind of kiddie coaster, but it is rare, a rare one. Um, okay, Lily says, Anthony, are you not allowed to wear a camera on coasters? No, yes and no. It's up to the park's discretion. Each park is different. Oh, did I lose you? Lose you? No, that was weird. My phone made a noise, like it was like, hey, you're about to do something, or I'm about to do something you're not gonna like. Um, so it just depends. Each property has its own rules. So I always stick to the rule of it doesn't hurt to ask, but if no is no, then that's it. Like I'm not ever gonna sneak a camera onto a roller coaster. Or they have a lot of people will wear those meta glasses, the glasses where you can record something, those sunglasses. A lot of people will wear those on roller coasters. But if the park says no filming on rides, then and that's the rule I'm going to follow. Whereas a lot of their content creators will just sneak a camera or a phone onto the ride or wear their glasses. And I'm just not going to do that, especially bringing a phone or something. It's just very dangerous. It gets out of your hand. But if I reach out to a park and they give me the okay, which has happened on 4 occasions now, at my GoPro, that says just got a commercial. I thought I turned that off. Is it analytics, viewer activity? Where do I? Sorry, Vaughn. I thought I turned that off. I don't think I can turn it off now that it's on, unless there's to do it. Sorry, I'm sorry. Won't happen next time. Usually I'm good about. Monetization. Just sworn I did that. Okay, it's off. I usually have it off during the stream, but then I'll turn it on for those that are doing hashtag replay. But anyway, so the GoPro, my little action camera, and then I have my chest mount that I film vlogs on. I also have a wrist mount, so it sits right on my wrist, so the camera's sitting there on my hand. And then I just hold on to the front bars or wherever I'm holding on to the roller coaster, and that's how I film those. But I always ask permission beforehand. Like I emailed the parks I was planning on going to. Almost all of them didn't respond to me, or they responded with a, here's our media request form and stuff. And I filled out, I think one of them, but then never heard anything back. I think I'm just too small of a channel to get that special access. But once you get big enough, then parks will give you the okay. A lot of times they have to do it either before or after, before the park opens to the public or after it closes in a lot of cases. From us, again, an insurance liability standpoint, what if your camera falls off and hits somebody behind you who's liable? So they'll usually let you come in like half an hour before to get some shots in, and then you're good to go. Other parks, like some of the mom and pop ones that I've gotten permission to film at, let you just do it. There's this they fly a little bit more fast and loose at certain parks that are kind of family run. So if you do want to see on ride footage, I have a fair amount on my coaster channel, from Stricker's Grove in Ohio, um, Lakeside Amusement Park here in Colorado, Glenwood Caverns here in Colorado. Um, there's a few. There's a few. Um, Matt says it's an odd coaster. It looks really odd. I'm looking forward to riding it. Carol says I subbed last year to the coaster channel. I'm living vicariously through you. And um, and Kathy says, same. I'm a chicken to ride coasters, but I love to watch your adventures. Yay! Yeah, it's quiet over there right now, just because there's nothing to go to, unless I wanted to go to. Well, even right now, I was gonna say Florida. Nah, everything's freezing right now, but um, yeah, it'll pick up in May. That gives me time to do content over here and have a good time and hang out with you guys. Yeah. These are all good. I can't believe we've been talking this long. And well, I did finish a half section on Guardian of the Realm, and I've done over a half here. So considering it's a live stream, that's good for me. Let's do this stuff. There's only a hold on. Yeah. Lily says, is there many coasters in other countries? Oh yeah. The number of coasters in like Germany alone is crazy. And China, oh my God. So even if I was to ride like every single roller coaster in the US, I'd still probably be, I mean, the US is very high. I think the US might be overall number 2 in, as far as country for roller coasters. I think China would be number 1. Probably Germany would be number 3. And then it just kind of trickles down from there. Oh yeah. So this year I have some plans. Well, I'm going to the retreat in Denmark. And then the retreat in Denmark. So I'm going for that, but a bunch of places I want to go to while I'm there. There's lots of parks, not a ton, but considering how small Denmark is, they have a fair amount of theme parks. Got some stuff to do there. There's some places in Sweden and Norway that I really want to go to. So originally I was going to make this very grandiose trip, including the retreat in Denmark. And I was like, well, I'll fly from Copenhagen to Frankfurt, and then I'll go from there to there, all over the place in Europe, and hit up all the major parks in these countries. Austria has a couple, Netherlands has a couple, Belgium has a couple that I want to go to. I have this whole map of like a 3-week trip where every day I'm at different parks and back, from here to here, from here to here. I priced all that out. I was like, oh, this is gonna be like a $16,000 vacation. Like, yeah, no, I'm gonna have to rethink some of this. So now my updated plan is really just to focus on Denmark, Sweden, and Norway, and make my Western Germany, Western Europe trip down in that area something separate. Because I really need I need more time there. And even people that I've seen travel to do park trips to Europe will break Germany, Austria, Belgium, Netherlands, all that stuff. They'll break that up into 2 trips for 2 years. So I don't want to overwhelm myself. I don't want to overextend what I, can comfortably afford. And I know that I would probably be burnt out by the end of that 3 weeks, and every single day is a different park or a flight or the retreat. I think doing Denmark, Sweden, and Norway will be good. I can just rent a car in Copenhagen and go do everything I want. And there'll probably be a little detour, because there's a park in Poland called Energylandia that I really want to go to. There really isn't anything else in Poland that from a theme park standpoint. Now, from a tourist standpoint, that's different. From a theme park standpoint, I could see myself just needing 2 days there. So I can do a day at the park and a day at maybe some other sightseeing. So um, I can either tack that onto this upcoming trip or just save it for another time. But I really want to meet Asia, Dark Lady, here on. She's one of my subscribers, a sweetheart, and she's in Poland. And there's another person that I'm poster friends with that lives in Poland to go visit. But we'll see. It all just depends on how everything shakes out. Vaughn says, "Okay, I just subscribed to the coasters, but you know how much I watch your videos." Yes, you listen and work, and that's how you get so much done. And I love that. And Lily says, "My son and son-in-law are going to Norway and Sweden in September with friends. I want to hide in the luggage to and go see my bestie." Yes, yeah, you should. You should sneak over there because I think I'll be able to see Artie at the retreat. I would assume that she's going. If not, I forget what area of Sweden Artie lives, but I will be going to. There's a park up I need to visit. It's gonna be a long drive. I mean, I was mapping out the miles, and I mean, it's a ton of miles to go from Copenhagen to Stockholm to Oslo and back is essentially what I'd be doing with a bunch of stops. So it's a massive trip. I'm driving. I think it'd be gorgeous. Like, can you imagine driving through the mountains of Sweden in the fall and then going into Norway and then going down to the fjords area? Oh, the dream. One part of the trip will require me to actually take a ferry from Oslo in back to Denmark. So I'll be able to get on one of the ferries and park the car on it. And just thinking about it makes my heart race because I'm so excited. Um, Lily says she is Stockholm area, I believe. Okay. Yeah, I've got to catch up with her one way or another. Okay, let's do one more color and then I'll let you guys go. We've been going for almost 2 hours. I think. No, I did like a 3 hour pop. Longest I've gone. Come on, stick, please. Thank you. Core Diamond Art Club single placer is not sideways, but it's literally bowing out at the tip because of how I press. Backup, just want to use this one until it's really bad. I was also thinking of maybe I could find a way to sand it down, just because it just has, you just feel the steel has rolled back on itself a little bit. Sand it down. Also waiting for them to restock their single placers, not the twisty ones, just regular ones. some crystals in there for you guys. Um, Loretta says, "Good night, everyone. It's this old lady's bedtime." All right. Well, we'll see you. Have a good night, and it was great to have you here. B says it doesn't feel like 2 hours. I hope you do this more often, Anthony. I got a lot and loved the company in chat. Of course, of course. I think I can start doing this. Like it's lower pressure if you just get to listen to music and chill and hang out and jump into comments here and there. If you guys are comfortable with the silence and the music, I mean, it's just nice to have you all around. Uh, Lily says good night. Doretta Vaughn says good night, Doretta. And I think I'll be saying good night to you all as well. I appreciate you all for being here. I really, really do. And I will try to start doing this a little bit more often when I just want to pop on some music. I'll invite you along. So cool. Matt says just lightly clamp the big end of the chunk of a drill. I call it poor man's mini lathe. Lightly clamp the big end in the chunk of a drill. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. You're gonna have to email me. Matt, email me or message me on Instagram. Okay. Vaughn says good night. Vaughn says the lo-fi live was very nice. Gail says good night, Anthony. Yeah, good night, everyone. Don't forget to hit the like button. B says then you can spin it or track. We need to talk about this, Matt. But I'm gonna let you go. Like a drill bit. Okay, I don't know anything. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. Matt, we'll chat. Good night, everyone. This was fun. Have a good night.